Hello. I think we're on. Hello and welcome to Bonus Action Heroes. Tonight we have special guest star Danny DeVito, or at least a pillow of him.
It's the best kind.
How's everyone doing? Yes, and I am talking to you as well as anyone out there.
Is anyone out there?
Hey, Danny.
Not quite yet, they're not, but they will be. They will be. So, last week, I've done a bit of a summary. So, yeah, as you were edging out into the Darklake, I think Tink led the discussions about allocating roles on the ship and was keen to take a leadership role, but also keen to ensure that what was best for the ship was in place. Hello, Davey.
He's back for
I
more.
knew he'd be back within moments.
You're
Yeah.
like the seventh beetle.
You are the seventh Beatle. He is like, we need a cushion with Davy's face on it so that we can put that on the stream as well. Yeah. So, yeah, you had quite a lengthy discussion and allocated roles. I think in the end you agreed to a joint captainship with Drodin, much to his surprise. And Serdi even questioned whether Neverlight Grove was really the best place to go with Drow in pursuit. But I think in the end, with Hemeth's guidance, you learned to understand that your ship being a long ship was faster than a lot of the small ships, but could not compete with a Drow galleon for speed, although it was easier to maneuver your smaller ship. So with that in mind, he presented you with three potential routes. The first being heading north into the open lake, wide open spaces at sea, if you will, an underground sea. But there is increased risk there of meeting other ships, and obviously if you come up against a faster ship, you may not have anywhere to go to outrun them. The second option was a flooded ancient worm tunnel, far less visible and far less travelled, but should you meet another ship, there is in effect only two directions to go, forward and backwards. And
What could possibly go wrong?
what could possibly go wrong? However, obviously a large ship is going to struggle more in tight tunnels than a small longboat like yours. The third route was to head south through a series of small islands and archipelagos where a small ship like yours could probably outrun a larger one just through manoeuvring through shallower waters. And as you slowly reached a decision, I think you opted for potentially the tunnels. A fire was spotted low to the water out in the distance, and you all decided to investigate. And upon getting close, it was clear that this was a floating village of kobolds that had been raided by Drow from all appearances and killed almost to a man and woman. There was but one that was unconscious, bleeding out, but still alive. So you quickly decided to try and rescue the one that was dead, with Tink flying out to scout overhead and salvage whatever you could to help repair your ship, maybe supplies, whatever there was. And as this was happening, Serdi smelled some foul stench on the breeze, something abyssal, something unnatural, and Sev, likewise up in the crow's nest, spotted something skittering and moving across the ceiling, and both of them could hear this distant droning sound, this strange, otherworldly drone. And then it was that the Chasme appeared, these weird, hideous hybrids of flies and humans flying at speed at those stranded on the rafts, and the drone you quickly discovered would cause you to... Thank you for covering up the cat's butt. Anyone that's not watching is going to find that a weird comment in the middle of the... but yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Hazel. I've lost my place now. Yeah, so the drone caused many of you to lose consciousness, but thankfully water walk was in effect, so no one drowned and no one fell beneath the water. And eventually one of the creatures was felled, with Serdi spitting acid at it high into the sky. But unfortunately, meanwhile on the ship, of rock had also appeared, and a Chasme had caused a few of you to fall unconscious and had actually skewered Eldith with such a brutal attack that it killed her outright. Instant death. Proboscis of this horrible demon straight through her throat. So, that's where we left off. Eldith, it appears, is dead. One of these creatures is dead. And you are fighting for your lives on the ship with the Chasmaean of Rock both closing in and ready to attack. So, I believe, Tink, we might have missed your go last time. So, we're going to start off with you, I believe. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
So, top of the round. Well, not top of the round.
What scene should we be on, Matt?
Let me activate. And here we are. The droning sound is still heavy in your ears. Those of you that have put things in there, it is far more comfortable. Those that haven't, it is painful, but if you've fallen unconscious or passed a save already, then you are not susceptible to falling unconscious again. So, Tink, what would you like to do?
The scene has not yet loaded, but she will, from what I remember, she was very close to Eldith, so she will blink her eyes open as she was asleep. See Eldith, shout, Malice! Malice! Eldith needs help!
And as you shout that, you see that there is a hole through her throat and the blood is just pouring out of her.
And I will look up at the thing that is above her, assuming it's the thing what did it.
It definitely has this weird pointed proboscis with blood all the way up along it. So yes, you would guess so.
I can also see there's another one on the other side of the sail, can't I? Where I am, I'm essentially surrounded.
Well, you are, but you can fly.
I'm just working through why she reacts the way she does. Okay. We're gonna twin a spell so that we can hit both of them.
Okay, nice.
One, two. Where are my sorcerer points? There they are. Can I do it? Yes, I've not spent any sorcery points. That's 2 sorcery. I think that's 2 sorcery points, but I'm going to check because I'm going to twin spell at 2nd level my chaos bolt. So this is the first one, the one that's next to me.
Okay.
Oh wait, I'm right next to it, so I should probably.
It is hovering about 10 foot up, so it's not on the ground. It is hovering.
To not be at any sort of disadvantage, I'll probably step back. Will it take it can't take an opportunity attack?
No.
I can't move because it's not my go, but I'll step back. I want to move above.
That's paused anyway.
Yeah, I want to move above Sevatar basically, so I'm a bit further away.
Yeah.
So first one.
That is a hit. Roll damage.
2nd level. Oh. How much is it for 2nd level? How much extra do I need to add on? 2d8 plus 1d6. An extra d6. Okay. That is 20 damage.
Okay, and what kind of damage is it?
It is... I have to pick from... Sorry, it's been a while since I've played Tink.
No, don't be.
I can pick from 8 or 5, which is lightning or thunder. I would like to bring the thunder.
Thunder. Good choice. Describe
Thunderstruck.
Describe it to me. What does it look like as you cause this blast of thunder, this bolt of thunder?
What does thunder look like?
Does it even look like anything?
It's a sound.
I think it's more of a force. I like to
So-
think her wings start going into overdrive and she just sort of rears back and this, I don't know, just bolt of force energy hits this thing.
And you see it just hovering just slightly above you, just reel back from this invisible force hitting it. You see bits of its weird armoured carapace sort of crack and split. Definitely is hurt, definitely is affected by it. What's your other one? 18 as well. Okay, it's a hit. Roll damage. Nice. And
Nice
what
rolls.
is that the same? Is it thunder?
5 and 7. It can be lightning or psychic. Let's bring lightning with the thunder.
Okay. For 19 points. You
Yeah, just like you expect with the weather. You hear the thunder, you see the lightning.
Yeah, so I imagine it's almost like two hands, is it? One towards the chasme and one towards the rock. And yeah, the thunderous blast seems to really damage this thing, and the droning noise almost dies out for a split second and then starts up again. The rock, you hit it really straight in the face with the lightning bolt, and although it seems to hurt it, it seems to almost travel round the outside of it and then grounds in the ocean. Doesn't do as much as you would have hoped, but hurt it.
I'm sorry to be that person, but I looked it up, and apparently my form of dread doesn't go down when I go down.
That's
so
fine.
It's still up. So I still have my face open, and it's just muscles. So now that I've hit them, they have to.
It's like a doll's face open, and then all this flesh and muscles underneath. Does that do extra damage?
It does. Where is it? Blah 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 blah. Why? Okay, the text isn't in there. If you hit a creature, you can force it to make a Wisdom saving throw DC 14. On a fail, it is frightened. I don't know why it did damage as well. Don't ask me. Oh, that would be my temporary HP, but I did that when I first transformed.
Okay, the Chasme. What's your DC? 14.
14.
Okay. The Vrock. The Chasme rolls a 13 and fails. The Vrock rolls a 17 and passes. So this weird, hideous fly human cross, whatever it is, it does seem to react badly, both to your physical form and to the thunder, and it appears to be frightened.
Nice.
That is my turn.
That is your turn, right. So
you know what? I'm going to back up a bit more. I'm just going to
go
fly
for it.
out a bit.
Go,
Yeah.
while you can. So back to the top of the round then. Yeah, apologies for that. Sev, you're up. You're up in the crow's nest, I believe, still.
Yeah. So I can't remember if I hid or not last turn, but anyway, I'll come to the edge of the sort of basket, hop up and just kind of balance on the ridge rim, and draw an arrow and aim down at the Chasvray.
Okay, go for it.
With the longbow.
I will give you advantage for having such a height advantage.
Yeah, it used to roll 3 dice for me, but now it's only rolling 1.
That is
it's three dice with advantage because of the elven accuracy.
Yeah. 21 is a hit.
Okie dokie. So 7 arrow piercing damage, and where's my sneak attack? 15 sneak.
Okay, you almost time it perfectly as Tink hits it with this spell. You see it. You can see that it's pondering, retreating from her, and as it starts to turn very slightly, you just see a gap in the armored plates on its neck. You let the arrow fly, and it just sticks in straight between the plates. You hear it let out this horrible high-pitched squeal. It is still alive, but it looks badly hurt now. Anything else?
No. Bonus action hide.
Okay. Roll a stealth check for me. I don't even think the others are going to know you're there, let alone... the Chasme is definitely frightened of Tink. So... But it is not completely stupid. It is going to fly down. Blood dripping from it. Going to roll a d4. 1, 2, Drodin. 3, 4, Hemeth. And it drops that 10 feet onto him. And you see this huge proboscis, it's almost probably as long as Hemeth himself, just strike at him. But unfortunately for it, but fortunately for Hemeth, it misses. And you will see it take off again and try to retreat at quite a speed. And I think Hemeth will take an attack of opportunity. If you want him to, I would assume you would.
Yeah.
That's a miss. It is unfortunately a miss. As this thing starts to gain altitude and fly away. Malice. You hear Tink scream that Eldith needs help. You hear this crack of thunder and then this flash of lightning. And you see this wounded creature with an arrow sticking out of its neck start to fly off out to sea. There is a huge vulture-like demon, 7 foot tall, landed on the deck, towering above you. What would you like to do?
I tell that Eldith is, like, dead.
You can give me a medicine check from there. It's probably quite an easy DC, to be honest. Yeah. With that, you just glance across. You hear the shout. You glance across, and just the sheer amount of blood on the deck from her. You're pretty sure that she's probably dead already.
And can I... Yeah, I can make sense that it... Oh, 1 second. So the thing flying away, is that the thing that killed her?
Yes.
Yes. I liked Eldith. Malice liked Eldith. This thing might kill me, it's next to me, but Malice liked Eldith, and it's not. She doesn't want it to get away. How far is that? 120 feet.
Proboscis.
So I'll try for a guiding bolt against the thing that's flying away.
Okay.
And I fail and cannot do anything because I am a useful fucking cleric.
Yeah, it's just trying to dodge this rock that is towering over you. you're trying to get the shot, you're trying to lean around it without giving it an attack of opportunity. It just proves too hard, and as you let the bolt go, the rock just knocks your arm, and you see the light sort of fade off into the distance. Anything else?
I scream. And there's nothing dead within reach, is there? God damn it, why am I away from the
Eldeth.
corpses? No, she's...
What happened to the other Chasme that died around here somewhere?
It's there.
It's too far away.
You can't see it, I don't think. It's
There
there.
are the dead kobolds.
There are dead kobolds.
But would the one that I'm next to would get an opportunity attack, wouldn't it?
There's a kobold within 45 feet of you.
But the rock that I'm next to would get an opportunity attack, wouldn't it? Or
If
is
you,
it too high up? Is it flying or is it landed?
it's landed, this one. So, yeah, if you moved away from it, yes, it would. Depends what you're thinking of.
I'd be running off first, so it would get me. I'm useless. That's it.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. The rock. You see it. It's sort of almost like raptor-like as it turns its head, sort of twitching and trying to take in who is around it. And then you see it sort of take a breath in, and then all this weird fur-like feather over its body just kind of suddenly stands on end, and you see these spores shoot out in all directions. These weird sort of putrid-looking spores, black and grey and brown. Could everyone within that circle, 20 foot, which is Serdi, the Goblin, Malice, and Ambrosia. What's his name? Ambrose. It's Ambrosia.
The custard dragon.
Yeah, the custard dragon. A DC 14 saving throw, please.
DC 14 what saving throw?
What kind of saving throw?
A Constitution saving throw. Malice is okay. Serdi fails. Ambrose passes. So it's just Serdi.
What about Bradley?
What about Brad? Is that Bradley, that goblin? It's a traditional goblin name, if ever there was one. Here you go. Let's see.
Of the Walsh clan.
Yeah. He is a particularly robust goblin boy. He's fine.
More NPCs will die today.
So, Serdi, you are feeling sick and like you want to puke and not just acid, but you only take 1 point of poison damage this round. But you will take that every round until you pass a Constitution saving throw. At the end of every turn, you can roll a saving throw, but you will take a D10 at the start of your turn.
A D10 at the start of my turn. 1.
Yeah.
Oh, ouch. Okay.
And then you get a con save at the end of your turn to see if you're no longer poisoned. Drodin.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I think with the Chasme that is flying off, seeing that it's not looking too great, I might just chance a magic missile.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'll do it at 3rd level just to make doubly sure.
Go for it.
So that's 5. So if I put 4d4 plus 4 with default roll, that's 19 force damage.
How do you want to do it?
Yeah.
It's just to be like, Drodin is that kind of concerned about everything else that's going on and the fact that there is a rock on the deck of the ship that he probably just kind of like, as he's turning away from that Jasmine, he kind of like waves his arm, creating the floating darts that are kind of warping light and sight through the shapes, and then they just like ping away once they're all formed and just catapult through the thing like they're small little rounds.
Lovely. Okay, anything else?
I will move to behind this little goblin. And I don't think I've got any. I don't have any appropriate decent bonus actions, so no, that's it.
Okay, good turn though. Good turn. Darendil, who's controlling Darendil?
Hello.
What would Darendil like to do?
Cool. So this area, is that cloud still where it's highlighted? But
There
is there still?
There is a cloud. Yeah, sort of almost extending out from it.
He's got nothing to throw. He's got to go in.
It looks like it might disperse in around, but
He's got to go in. Here we go. Multi-attack claw. $17.
That is a hit.
Sounded like it was almost a miss. A whole 5 slashing.
It's better than nothing. It's better
Give him
than
the
nothing.
D.
And a nat 20. Here comes Thomas.
A
Choo
natural
choo choo.
2 Thomases. For some reason.
And the damage button has gone. Where's the damage button gone? Okay, I'm just... It won't let me press damage until I press attack, so ignore the first one.
His claws do break its flesh, but it seems almost resistant to his claws.
I'll tell that to a whole 9 points of slashing damage.
Okay. I mean, he definitely hurt it, but you've seen him fell people with those blows, and no, it's just not. It's not doing it. Can you give me a DC 14 con save from him as well?
Oh, good. Come on, Darendil. Yes, he has.
He's good. He's good. He's just too angry to even contemplate.
Ain't got time to bleed.
Tink is up.
And Tink is angry. So she's going to use her other second level spell slot. We're going to do another chaos spells at that one.
Okay. It's good.
20.
Roll damage. What kind of damage is it?
That's good. Okay. Oh! Oh.
Ooh, oh.
Okay, so I got 2 2s, so it has to be cold.
Okay.
But I think something happens when I roll 2 of the same number.
Okay.
Oh,
But I don't
knows?
think it's good because there's no enemies here. other than it. If you roll the same number on both d8s, the chaotic energy leaps from the target to a different creature of your choice within 30 feet of it. Oh, it's within of my choice. So I guess I can I make it like hit a dead kobold or something? No, this other dead one. Just
Sure.
for good measure.
Yeah, you send the bolt off. You realise there's nothing else to hit, so you just direct it off. You feel the energy coming out almost against your will, but you direct it away. The cold.
The deep
Sorry.
defibrillator brings it to life.
Yeah, yeah. The cold damage, like the lightning damage, seems to harm it, but it seems less affected than you would hope.
Fabulous. Can it make me its DC Wisdom save, please?
If it's already passed, does it need to roll again? Is it every turn?
As a bonus action, blah blah blah. You gain temporary on each of your turns. On each of your turns, if you hit a
Nice.
creature. Oh,
Nice.
yeah. It doesn't say the same. Yeah.
You hit it, and the cold. Again, you would have expected it to do much more harm than it did, and it just seems to. You get its attention rather than frighten it. You seem to get its attention. You just see the weird huge purple tongue sort of flick around its beak, which seems to have teeth as well. And it's got its eye on you now.
No proboscis.
Not on a rock, no.
Oh.
Anything else?
Nope, that's my turn.
Okay, let me share a picture so that. There you go. They're lovely looking things. Beautiful, really.
That's a beauty.
It's gorgeous.
It's a real beauty.
Surdy.
I'm going to take a D10 damage first, don't I?
Did you already take the one?
I took 1, yeah.
Yeah, so you've already taken it, I think.
Was it since the beginning of my turn I took D10?
But if you already took the
Definitely.
one, you took what I rolled, so...
Oh, okay. So I will come off the boat. I'm climbing up the boat. So I'm going to climb part way up the boat, and I'm going to thrust my Icklobus through the railings to try and stab at it.
Okay.
Actually, first I'll
You've
Hunter's
got-
Mark it.
Yes, you always say, I always forget to do that. I'll give you flanking as well with Ambrose there.
Thank you. I don't know why it rolls a Hunter's Mark damage, but there we go.
That's
It
a
doesn't
hit.
let me choose advantage. It just rolled. Something's going wrong here. It just rolled the attack without. Anyway.
Okay, what's a hit?
And I'll have Ambrose infuse it with acid.
Okay.
So it's 9 piercing and 1 acid.
And 1 acid, and your weapon's not magical, is it?
No, I shall attack it again though.
So you strike it, and the spear does not penetrate very well, and it's only thanks to the acid that it does seem to penetrate.
So that's 2 rolls because of the advantage. So
That's fine.
17.
That is a hit.
Don't know why it's not giving me the choice. It just rolls to attack.
Yeah, I'll have a look. I'll figure that out.
It is. Do we get the Hunter's Mark damage once per turn, or is it on every hit?
I thought it was every hit, but okay, 8 piercing. Yeah, you strike it, and again, it's like stabbing rock. The spear is barely penetrating its hide, but it is penetrating it.
There's an extra 4 because of the Hunter's Mark. Oh, got there in the end.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's no,
So-
don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. It's so focused on the others that it does not see you coming, and you just manage to get 1-2 strikes with your spear. You definitely hurt it, but its hide is tough. You feel like you would need something more enchanted, perhaps.
Serdi's gonna let out a growl and then take the dodge action.
Don't blame you. Sev, hidden up in the crow's nest.
Sorry.
Go on. Sorry, did you want to do something else?
No, I just said Ambrose, not as dodging, not Serdi. I just mixed up myself and my break. Monday.
It is that Monday feeling. Yeah, Sev.
Does Sev think he would take falling damage if he leapt down the crow's nest?
I mean, if you
emotions getting the better of him, so he's going to before you answer.
What I'm going to say is, I am all for if you do something cool. And I should also say, I wanted to give you all inspiration for last week because I rewatched the stream and I thought you were all incredible. Role play, decision making, just everyone was amazing. So you've all got inspiration to use. And what I'm going to say is, if you want to do something cool, if you want to, I don't know, slide down the sail and like use a dagger to slow yourself, or even just use your hands to try and slow yourself, I will let you do that. If you make an acrobatics check or an athletics check and get a decent result, I might give you advantage on your attack.
I'll commit to doing it regardless of what the acrobatics roll comes out as, but that's what I'm going to attempt to do. So I'll roll for acrobatics.
So be aware that the mast is 40 foot, the crow's nest is 40 foot up. Okay.
So 22 acrobatics skill. I don't really want to damage the sail with a dagger, so if I can slow myself down by just kind of, I don't know, as it billows out and makes like a curve, I'll kind of try and ride down that curve, almost like surfing a little bit.
Yeah, anyone looking up
poetic license
will see you do that. You'll sort of leap out of, you wait for this gust of wind to hit, and then you drop into the sail, and you just see him just almost slide down. No damage.
And about halfway down, he draws the short sword +1. But I can't remember where I got from.
You definitely had one.
And I'll try and attack from behind.
I'll give you advantage. Well, you've got advantage from either flanking or just from the cool maneuver that you did. I mean, if you'd have rolled terribly, I might have given you disadvantage, but worth the risk, right? Yeah.
So that's cool. So
Roll
damage with the sword will be a total of 10 plus another 10 sneak attack.
Nice. Yeah, you watch as Sev just sort of drops out of the crow's nest, glides down in the sail, drawing the sword as he's in the sail, and then sort of lands gracefully on his feet and just sticks this short sword right between its ribs. There is this kind of like bird-like screech. Anything else? It's looking injured.
No, that'll be it. Thanks.
Okay. Good turn, though. Good turn. Next up is Malice. The Chasme is down. The one that killed Eldith. Just this single.
Out of sheer rage, I will take out the mace of indignation. Add to indignation then. And attempt to smack it with that.
Okay, go for it. You got advantage from flanking. Oh, you don't need it. You don't need it. You're so furious. Roll damage. Critical. That's missing some, I think. Let me just check.
Attack damage rolls. They've green light, light of torch, 2 extra damage.
Yeah,
Is it already doing that?
it's not doing
It's
that.
already...
Yeah,
Oh, it's got a -1 and then a +1.
I think the -1 might be from your strength, but it should be 8.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you strike it, and it's a good solid blow. And it definitely seems to react quite badly to it. Ooh, no, I just took far too much off there. You see this burst of green flame from the head of it, and as you hit it, it seems to catch on its hair. You see some of its weird feather-like hairs catch alight, and it's definitely hurt, and it took all of that. There's no resistance there. It is looking badly hurt now. Anything else? Near death, maybe. You can see it thinking about taking off and taking flight.
Oh, sorry, Matt. Do I need to take a con save?
Has it gone? You do. Sorry. Thank you for being so honest. You're good. And Tom
Okay.
as well, you need to do a con save at the end of your turn to see if you're still poisoned. Yeah, anything else, Malice? Serdy's okay. You're no longer poisoned. Okay, it is the Vrock's turn. I'm just going to roll a d6 because I just can't decide
Spoiled for choice.
which of you is going to get some. Oh. Serdy, you see this thing go for Ambrose. It is desperate, squealing, bleeding. 15.
So
It's what?
a disadvantage because he took a dodge action.
That's
But
true.
15 misses anyway, so
Okay, doesn't matter then.
it doesn't matter. No.
And then the
Knocks out the
second
way.
one, it decides, and then it goes for Sev. You skewered it in the ribs. It turns and just see this huge beak full of teeth snap at you. 22 to hit.
Oh, no. Yeah, that'll hit.
For 9 points of piercing damage as it bites down on you.
Okay.
And it is going to...
Uncanny dodge reaction. Take half.
Of course, yeah. So 4 points of piercing. And it is going to start to fly and attempt to fly straight up.
Can I have an attack of opportunity?
You can.
Hmm? Yes, please.
Eighteen hits. So that's 4 slashing. He got a crit. Okay. Roll damage. Malice, that's a miss, unfortunately. Serdy, that's a miss, unfortunately. Ambrose hits. Sev hits. 11. Nice. It's looking bad. It's looking real bad. As it, for some reason I can't move it. As it flies up and away and seems to be leaving. You seem to have got the best of it. Drodin.
Well, I think I am going to use Mind Slither. No, am I?
Okay.
No, that would be dumb. No, I'm going to be on the safer side this time, and I'm just going to do a level 1 magic missile again because we know that will hit.
It's very true. It will. Roll damage.
I will. So 10 damage.
10. They slam into it one after the other after the other. It almost drops out the sky, but it keeps flying.
Oh, that little rascal.
Anything else? Any
Um,
movement?
no. No.
Okay. Darendil and then Tink. I don't know if Darendil can do much.
Perhaps you could write a strongly worded letter.
Yeah. You muted.
I'm wondering. And I don't know why I'm wondering, probably because he's not my character. Whether this boy could leap in the air and attempt to grab it.
He can jump as many feet as his strength. So I'll say he can do 20 feet, which is 4 squares. Yeah, I'd allow him to try. He would need to roll an athletics check. You just need to be aware that he's got water walking on him. He will, if he misses, he might
He'll
fall.
hurt himself.
But it looks so close to death. Maybe it's worth it.
Everybody?
I don't want anything to get away and report back to wherever it's reporting to.
I don't think it will get away. We'll get it. It's just, do we risk another NPC? Would Darendil be angry enough?
Oh, yeah.
Then he does it.
Darendil liked Eldith as much as Malice did.
An athletics check.
Give me an athletics check, yeah.
Come on, dice gods. Fuck you, dice gods.
What'd you get? 14. He can jump. I'm going to allow it. Yeah, because he can jump 20 feet, which is 4 squares, right? So it's well within range. It's just slightly higher. So I just wanted to see if he could get enough lift, and I'm happy with that. He's a big guy. He's like 8-9 foot tall.
I don't know what I'm doing once I get there.
Well,
I'm just wait.
I think with that roll, in fact, let me roll
To grapple.
a contested to see whether he's grappled it or he's just striking it and then falling. No, he's grappled. He's holding on to it.
Or the rock is carrying another beloved NPC away.
Shut up, Steve.
Power bomb it.
But as he is on it, I will give him advantage on his attack.
Oh, we can. I assumed that would just be his turn.
Well, I just think it's cool, so I'm gonna let you have the attack, or you can try and just do a grapple and try and take it out of the air, and then both of them will take full damage.
That one, please.
Okay. All right. Well, I am gonna rule. He jumps, he grabs on, and he grabs one of the wings and just pulls it in, and you see Darendil and this thing just tumble out of the air and drop 20 feet to the ground.
You can take it, Darendil.
Both taking 7 points of damage. So 7 from Darendil, This thing lands with a crunch. You see this weird greeny blue blood squirt out of some of the wounds. It is trying to get back up to its feet, but Derendil is sort of holding on to it with all of his strength. Still alive somehow, but just. And
Let
with
me
that,
at him. Turn it on. Tink. Let me at him. Eldritch Blast 1.
Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, roll damage.
Fuck's sake.
No way. I was about to say, how do you want to do this? And then you rolled 1.
Eldritch Blast 2.
Yes. Come on. You need 2 or more. Yes. How do you want to do it? He's holding.
I would just like to yell, "Get the fuck off my friend!" because I assume it fell on Darren.
Oh,
and
yeah.
there's another wave of force just pushes it into the water.
Yeah. You see it almost pushed out of Derendil's grasp, and he looks a bit worried for a second, and then looks up and realizes that you've finished it. You can see it sort of sinking into the water. And with that, we are out of combat.
Malice!
We need to get
Help
this boat
her!
moving. Prepare the boat. Let's move. I say to the ship crew.
So
You
just
know
everyone
what
on
I'm
board.
Captain, sorry.
The goblins start
supposed
running
to rise.
around.
Does Darendil need help? Is he stuck under the rock?
No, the rock is sinking, and he's making his way back and climbing back up the ship.
I can't move his token because it is stuck under the rock.
Yeah.
Between a rock and a hard place.
Nice.
Bringing it back.
Bringing it back.
Dad jokes. Derendil will wander over and sort of look to scoop up Eldith, and then realise that Malice is already there. You can see Malice that she's got a hole through half of her neck. Most of her blood is outside of her body.
Like, she's dead, it'd have to be revived. We don't have the diamonds.
And you would be aware that time is running out.
Gentle
If we haven't got
repose.
I can gentle repose. Yeah.
I'll scooch up the crow's nest and just scan the horizon, make sure nothing else is approaching.
Okay, give me a perception check for that.
What are you doing? Just bring her back.
Not that easy. The only way I could bring
Oh,
her back,
oh.
she wouldn't like. And unless you can find 300 gold worth of diamonds in... How many rounds did we do?
She was dead for about 2 or 3, so you 45 seconds.
To find 300 gold worth of diamond instantly, there is nothing we can do right now.
I will search through. I think I have the party funds. I assume I've got this really heavy belt, pouch and a belt. Realise I don't have that, but just show her these 2 diamonds that are not worth that much.
I think
And
can't do anything, Tink.
what do we do? Just put her in the freezer. Derendil, put her in the freezer. We can do something later. I came back.
I think Malice.
I've seen you do it.
Malice is sat on the deck of the ship with Eldif's. So she's got her legs crossed and she's got Eldif's head oddly positioned on a neck that has no structure anymore, but in her lap, stroking her hair. And I think she will close her eyes and it will almost look as if she's praying. And she'll say, Eldif has fallen. Help us bring her back. I beg you. We're on the Darklake. Please advise us. Please, she's innocent. And there'll just be a wash of shadow laying across Malice and extending onto Eldif. But what I am doing, because I could do this one of two ways. I'm going to do it this way. I'll be using sending to send to Stone Speaker Hagram.
Okay, so that you're sending those words to him.
Yeah.
Okay, and can he reply to that?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah, it can answer in a like manner immediately.
Did you use Eldith's name or did you just...
I said Eldif. So it was
Eldif.
Eldif has fallen. Help us bring her back. I beg you. We're on the Darklake. Please advise us. Please, she's innocent.
There is quite a long pause and you begin to wonder if there is going to be a reply. And then you do eventually hear this deep voice. If you bring her to me within the 10-day, I can perhaps save her.
I haven't got a spell slot to reply, but Malice would just be feeling very grateful and try and put that out into the world. I think we have to go to Stone Speaker Hagram if we want there to be any hope for Eldif. We have 10 days.
Then we turn around.
You should check with the others, but what I would wish to do.
We're turning round. Hemeth! Hemeth!
What?
Is there anywhere we can leave the ship near Gracklestug but not in harbour so that they can't see that we've come back?
I don't understand.
We're turning around.
Why? I thought we...
Eldif needs help.
It's her time. She's dead. She died fighting with her friends. That's all any of us can help for.
This does not feel like it was her time.
She has a home we have to take her back to.
How many trips? What if we go back and we leave again and this happens again and we slowly lose
We're gonna
everybody?
turn the ship around!
If that's what you want, Captain, I will turn it round, but there are other lives on here.
Then they can choose to stay here.
If that's your orders, then we will turn around. But
Does anyone want to argue with this decision?
it's important
Malice
to
is
you,
now
then
soaked in blood.
There's a lot of blood.
I
did
realised
not-
as I turned the rest of the crew face open.
Your face is open, yeah, displaying the gore underneath. And some of them do kind of
Nope,
look
no
away.
argument here.
I didn't know the lady, but if it's important to you, then let's go.
I will defer to everybody's preference.
Can you roll me a perception check from the crow's nest, please?
I did roll one, and I rolled a nat one. I want me to roll another one, that's fine.
Just roll it private, GM.
Character sheet. Perception.
During this time, Zerdy's been running around because he doesn't know Elders, so he's been running around trying to help the goblins get the ship ready to go wherever we're going anyway. Not sure, just so we can leave this place.
I will shout down from the crow's nest. On the horizon, galleons approaching. Drow colours.
Do you know if they're approaching from the way of Gracklestug?
Yeah, they are.
It doesn't seem very advisable to turn back to Gracklestug.
Well, it may be the last thing that they're expecting if we can mask where we're going.
Okay,
It's a bold play.
how do you wish to proceed, captains? What's your orders?
Can you hide us? Is there a cove? Is there less open water?
There is a cove to the west, a number of small islands. We could try and hide in them and lose them there and then head back, double back.
Let's do that.
Haven't
Okay.
we got our orb on for the people without dark vision to be able to see?
Yes.
I think we all have dark vision now, don't we? I was the only problem.
I think most of you do.
Are we able to turn that off?
You can.
Or
Yeah.
is that going to cause problems?
No, it won't cause problems for us. We can see quite well in the dark. I think everyone can, so we are probably fine. All right, can whoever is helping navigate, can they roll me a nature check or a survival check?
Can't remember who I gave that job to. Does it matter?
You said you gave me bosun, I think.
And give me a charisma check for just rousing the crew and trying to get them into action. Whoever wants to do it.
I'll do it. I'll start barking orders.
Dice are not friends to me tonight.
Okay.
It's mainly me telling people to work quickly, quietly, and keep
I
quiet.
think it helps that your face was open for the start of the conversation. That some of the goblins look quite terrified, and even Derendil is looking at you a bit apprehensively in a way you haven't seen him look at you before. As you close the the porcelain face. They burst into action and start sailing. Serdi coordinating with Sev in the crow's nest. You try and navigate in the direction that Hemeth is giving you. There is a wind, but you're struggling to judge where it's coming from, and the ship's not quite at full speed. You're trying to tack, catch the wind. You're tacking across, zigzagging across the lake, trying to go in the direction to the west. Doesn't feel like you're going full speed, unfortunately, but the crew are working hard and they're reacting quickly to the conditions, which is helping.
The point of our ship that would be closest to the approaching armada. You said galleons, they're now armada. I don't know why I've gone freaking Tudor Spanish issues going on. I'm gonna try and cast darkness just on the edge of the ship to try and help obscure it. So I don't want it to just be like pitch darkness where like it looks odd, but I'm going to try and have it kind of coming out of the water just to maybe help with some stealthing.
Sure. And you're turning off your drift globe, you're extinguishing all lights, you are just going dark, full dark. Okay. You sail for quite a while. These ships serve, you lose sight of them on and off with mist drifting across the Darklake. And then after probably 20 minutes, you lose sight of them. You can't see them at all. So you suspect that they haven't seen you, or if they have, they've changed course to misdirect you. But at present, you don't think you're being pursued.
I'll relay that to the rest of the crew.
And as that is being relayed, you, Serdi, you see something weird in the water. It's huge, white. It's not moving. There's a huge chunk of ice.
Oh, ice! I'll point at it and point out to Hemeth, run to Hemeth and point out ice. I see ice.
What's ice?
Frozen water. Can I see? Is it? We're heading towards it.
It's off to the port side, and it's a little way off. But we don't get ice in the Darklake. The temperature is very stable here.
I see it. I tell you, it's ahead. Just to that side.
And as he points it out, yep, Sev, you can definitely see it. It's a huge chunk of ice. It's probably 3 times as big as this ship. It's just drifting gently through the water. And in the crow's nest, Sev, as you look at that one, you look off in the distance, you can see more of these just slowly floating around.
You've encountered these before and know how to navigate these?
We don't get ice down here. It's just not a thing.
What's the temperature like here?
I mean, the temperature is always very stable. There's never really much fluctuation. And although it still feels similar, there's definitely a cold breeze, which those of you that live in the Underdark would find unnatural. Unless the breeze is coming from the surface, then ice would not be expected, nor would cold temperatures.
And we're heading in direction back towards Cracklestalk.
Well, at the moment you're heading west to these group of islands, but you can turn if you wish.
Rodin, you know the surface. Are we near the surface?
I don't know our exact location. It's hard to pinpoint without that. The closest entrance to the surface that I know of, I believe, depending on where we are, could be Blington Stone.
And it can't be that. We have to assume it's magical, and that means somebody is here.
In that case, we should avoid them. If possible, go as far away from them as we can, surely. We're being trapped, I think. Sev, can you see the ships?
They're out of sight now.
I feel like
They've
we herded.
I couldn't tell if they had seen us and had decided to voluntarily pull back and fought out of visual range, or if they, their intention wasn't clear or isn't clear to me.
How close can we slip by with the lights out so to remain unseen? Do you know how far these drow can see? Jodin?
I can see quite a good way without light.
Just thinking if we can double back but keep far enough away that we're not spotted. We should see their lights before.
Make a wide turn.
Yes. Try and slip by the other way.
How far away are we from Gracklestock, do we think?
You're probably only a couple of hours. You've only been sailing for a few hours, so you're not far at all. You could get back there. In fact, it's 3 hours.
Via ship, though.
Yeah.
The only reason I asked this was thinking if we just head directly west to the nearest point of land, because we know we can't dock in Gracklestock anyway. Just wondering what that 3 hours of sailing translates to on as land travel. We've got 10 days to get her there. If that's the aim.
We would be leaving this boat to the pursuers if we did that. Potentially, if indeed they are still pursuing.
If we can navigate this ice, I don't think anyone will follow us through that.
They will be pursuing. Drodin, Malice, how likely is it they'll think we're still in the area? Or will they just... There's no track to follow, it's open water. How do they track?
I don't know.
We don't know if they actually saw us.
They know we were in Gracklestug, and they probably know that we left on a boat. And I think Hazel is
True,
muted.
but we don't know they saw us just then.
The drow were quite full of themselves. They almost expect us to see them and take evasive maneuvers without them being able to clearly see. They'll expect that they can catch us if we are quick and swift and careful. We might just be lucky enough. They might even get caught up in the wreck that we've just left investigating that. Might just be enough of a distraction. But I can't promise or be sure.
I don't want to waste time out here evading them. We have more power behind us at Gracklestug if they did manage to realise we'd gone back. The problem is, mooring openly in Gracklestug, they will definitely get word back to them that we return. And it is very likely our paths will then cross.
Here's an option. No, I don't think anybody's spoken about it yet. What if we continue on to Neverlight Grove, and what if there's the possibility of somebody helping Eldith there? Could Stool tell us that if his people have that sort of ability?
We should ask him. And run downstairs to do so.
Remind me
Sorry.
what it is about returning to Neverlight. That, I mean, they knew we were there and they know we left. And if this is them pursuing us, then if we head back in, that's the safest place, surely. They can't accost the boat within the harbour at Gracklestug. Sure, they could trap us there, but then we could leave by foot and avoid them. The boat would be safe.
And we would be slow.
We would be slow, but if we could get help for Eldith and Gracklestug and remain hidden on our journey to Neverlight Grove, and the boat and everything is safe, it's just an idea. When we get to Neverlight Grove, we could be loud about it, or so they know we're there and depart and get word to Captain to catch us up at Blingdenstone or something, if that's what we're going after. Just lead them on a merry dance.
There's never a right answer. I say, let's make our way back to Gracklestug. We're semi-confident they didn't see us. We're semi-confident that's them, and they're heading away from Gracklestug.
Oh, land ho! I'm not sure if that's an ice sheet or land, sand, but boat isn't going through it.
You don't see it at first. Sev points it out from the crow's nest. You don't see it at first, but then you do. You see this white shore of some kind. Whether it's sand or ice, or it's hard to tell, but there is a definite island ahead.
MF, do you know this place?
There shouldn't be any island here. This is open water.
Servitor, is there any sign of life on the island? Or shore?
Roll me a perception check.
I'm not getting punched across an island again.
There's always time for that.
It's a 14 perception.
14. You're up in the crow's nest, so yeah. You don't really see any features. You're pretty certain that it does look like the icebergs that you've passed.
Just a really big one.
Really big, and actually the longer you look, you're trying to make out features and you can't see any. It doesn't seem particularly high, but you can see it stretching off in both directions across the horizon. You think you can see the hull of a ship upside down in the water nearby.
Oh.
But you're not certain. It's hard to make out.
Some wreckage nearby. Probably fell foul of these bergs. Maybe survivors again, similar to the Kobold Island.
Gonna just ping a primeval awareness. I'm suspicious.
What's the range of that? 5 miles?
6 miles.
6 miles.
But it doesn't give me exact location or number, but it just tells me if there are fey fiends or undead are present. And I'm hoping just to get anything coming from roughly that direction, if I can sniff anything.
You sniff. You smell a scent. You smell fey right next to you, actually. There is a strong smell of fey, but it's slightly wrong. Slightly different. But there's another fey smell on the cold wind. It's faint. It's very faint. But you smell fey.
None of this is natural. I smell the fey on the wind.
Dangerous, Sirdy?
Probably. And perhaps not even real.
A distraction we should ignore then.
It's hard to tell. Just be wary.
What's the orders, Captain? Do we turn? Do we go on? What do you want us to do? I don't think there will be a chapter in your many books for this.
Why'd you do this to me, Matt?
What?
Why do you want this to be difficult? You don't know who Tink is talking to.
It's a patron. Warlock patron.
We're not putting any more of you in danger today. Emeth, back to the Grackle Stew. Take a wide berth.
South or north?
I don't know what that means. I have no map.
Go south.
Do you want me to head? Do you want me to go down south on the map towards Gracklestug, or do you want us to go up to the north and round the other side?
Can you ping where we are?
Yeah, you're about here.
And can you ping where we saw the drow? No, north.
You want us to go north and round to the east?
You can fight me on this, Droden, or...
No, I don't plan to.
East or west?
It feels west. Oh wait, I guess when you turn around then it starts becoming east. I hate navigating!
West is the ice. You can see the ice now to the west. You still can't see the ships though. There's no sign of these ships now.
But north is the opposite direction to where we saw them. Or where we last saw them.
You saw them back towards Gracklestug, yeah.
Right.
So was it we saw them and we started travelling west? That
You
then
did,
took
so
us
you're-
to this ship of stuff. We are now, so they're no longer following us as far as we can tell. We are now off to the side of them.
They were behind you, quite some way behind you.
They're probably still in a southward direction from us.
Yeah. But how far to the west have we gone from where we were in that time?
Probably about an hour.
Okay, so if we're lucky, they've continued an hour one way as we've gone an hour.
Yeah.
across.
if you're
So
lucky, yeah.
they were within sight. Within sight on my brain wants to do maths, but I'm not good with numbers. Generally,
The problem with at sea or even on a big lake is that things often appear closer than they are because of the nature of water. So those ships could have looked 3 hours behind you, but it's very hard to tell. It's even harder to tell with land. You're probably half a day back to Gracklstugh, maybe a little over a day to carry on to Neverlight Grove.
Oh, stool.
What
You
was
also-
Stool's feedback?
You also realise there's a dead kobold on the deck that you pulled out of the water.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Stool. Sorry, Serdy.
Speak with Dad.
I no. This was the one that was still alive, and I cast Spare the Dying on it, so it was stabilized.
Yes.
So I will.
Yeah, the furthest you can see at sea is about 3 miles due to the curvature of the Earth, but that might be different in Faerun, but it's probably not.
So I'll cast Cure Wounds on it because it's unconscious. It does the full whack of whatever that is. That's 1d8 plus 3, so that's 11 healing on the unconscious kobold.
Okay, it goes from being covered in drow bolt piercing wounds to most of them just close up. It doesn't seem to wake up just yet, but it seems stable.
I will also ask Serdy to keep an eye on him because he won't want to see a drow first. And then I'll go talk to Stool.
Okay. You find Stool in the kitchen with a knife chopping mushrooms. Surprisingly quickly. He's like, he's probably had a lot of practice with knives in the last couple of days. And it's got a little chef's hat on that probably makes him a good foot taller than he actually is.
Does he look like the Pillsbury Doughboy?
Pretty much, yeah. Like a fungal version of it.
We had time to get a chef's hat.
And he's throwing the mushrooms into a massive pot and cooking something.
So that does smell quite amazing. Don't care whether it does or doesn't. I think him being a chef is far better than him stabbing stuff. So we're going with it. I have a couple questions for you, if you do not mind.
Yes.
At Neverlight Grove, at home, I know that you use softers for fertilizer, and before they're at that point, you use them to work. But is there anyone at home who could stop death from taking someone, or could give their life back to them, but so that they're still themselves, not so that they are a worker or a softer?
Why?
Aldith got hurt, and well, currently she's dead. But there are ways that she can be brought back, and I was wondering if there was anyone back at Neverlight Grove that could do that. Otherwise, we'll need to go back to Gracklstugh.
Still doesn't know. You could ask Sovereign. Sovereigns know everything. But I think when you're dead, that's it. You're dead. Being dead is
Well,
the right thing to be after being alive.
and normally, I would agree with you. There are certain things in life that do just have to happen. But I really just cannot believe that this is it for Eldith. So I think what we're going to have to do, and I'm sorry about this, we might have to delay your journey home if we do not know for sure that there is someone there that can help. But we will get this resolved in a matter of days, and then we can take you home.
Okay.
You liked Eldith, didn't you?
Yeah.
So did I.
She was nice.
Well, if we act quickly, and we do what I hope is the right thing in this instance, then she can be nice again.
We could ask the sovereigns. They know all about the cycles. Still doesn't know.
And normally we would ask the sovereigns, but we've got very limited time to help her. And at the moment it would be quicker to go to Stonespeaker Hagram, and then he can help. And then we can go to the sovereigns and we can learn from them afterwards.
If you ask the sovereigns, you ask everybody all at once.
Here's an idea. It's only an extra half a day to get to Neverlight Grove. So even if we go there and we don't get any luck whatsoever, we've still got 9 days. Plus, it gives us a day to lose the trail of any drow that were on us.
Above table, I'm not sure I could speed run Neverlight Grove.
You've got
nothing to stop us going back.
No, there's nothing to stop you going back.
I'm very torn about taking the captain role and making decisions.
You're free to do whatever you want. All eventualities are covered, so don't feel like you have to go one way or another because you feel the story wants to go that way, because the story is whichever way you want it to go.
I know what I want to do, but I want everyone to pretty much. We want to enjoy the game.
I think Seb is right, actually. I mean, if we have 10 days, we get to Neverlight Grove, the sovereigns said that long can't help, then we have time to come back. But this way, that's the direction we're currently going, and we seem to have evaded those ships for now, and they're coming from the other direction, and it just seems the safest way.
I was leaning more towards your plan that you said before, Serdy. They won't expect us to double back. We get to Gracklestugh, we get in quickly, we leave the ship there, they see we're not there, we go on foot to Neverlight Grove.
Either could work.
I think for as long as we're traveling on the Darklake, the ship is a resource that we shouldn't really lose.
Oh, I think we should I'll leave a Clockwork Scarab with Hemith when he can report when the drow have been and inspected, and when they're out of the way, they can come and collect us.
I don't think. Well, I think once the drow find the ship, they will continue to monitor it for some time.
That is, if they don't inspect it with force, shall we say. But I'm also inclined to agree with Sevatar about continuing to Neverlight Grove, at least from a logistical standpoint, because we could double back and try and find assistance for Eldith, but that would potentially set a precedent for everybody, where they may continue to expect us to do that for everybody.
Well, if you want to stay dead, then say it now and we'll agree to that.
I am suitably happy with either option.
Derendil will wander up. I've put Eldith downstairs in the hold with the others. I'm a little worried about Stool. He's just a child. The longer he's on this ship with us, the more at risk he is.
And that is why we will take him back to Neverlight Grove. But you must remember, once he's there, he's part of something more. He will not be a child in the way that we think of a child.
I don't quite know what you mean, but a child's a child to me, whether they're an elf or a goblin or a fae, or they're an innocent, and I'm just glad the little thing didn't see all of that. I know for sure that the one thing I don't want, for Stool especially, is to be back in Drow hands. They will not treat us kindly for escaping them. I mean, there was before you all arrived, Elvira did take a slice off Stool when we weren't behaving. She said if we didn't do what we were told, she would turn him into our dinner, so I really don't want the little thing going back into her hands, no matter what.
But the majority of you want to go back to Neverlight Grove. You feel no sense of honour or duty bound to Eldith, who has helped every one of us here as much as we have helped her.
I think you misunderstand the plan, Tink, or maybe not. But we're not saying that we won't try to help Eldith. What we're saying is plan A would be to try and help her in Neverlight Grove, and if we draw a blank, we then continue and double back to Gracklstock. It's just delaying Gracklstock, and it may turn out that we don't even need to go back. It's just that Gracklstock is the more dangerous of the two options, because we'd have to sail right back into the direction of the drow that are pursuing us. But sure, if we yield no results in Neverlight, then I'm with you.
I
I'm
think
with
it's
you either
obvious
way.
they'll turn her into fertilizer, but have it your way.
All the gnomes.
10 days. She's not at the point of being fertilizer. We will not let that happen.
If your magic wears off, can you do it again?
Yes.
So as long as
they're not cruel creatures. They are reasonable, they are pragmatic. As long as we give them reason, as long as we cause them no harm, then I'm sure we can make this work. We've also protected Stool, one of their own.
Yeah, well, a nice offering of a opening gift of a kobold here for them.
He's not dead.
Oh, not yet. Okay.
No, he's very much well. Maybe he will die. We'll find out. But for now,
can I say something, please? Because I loved Eldith dearly. She and still do. I've never had a friend that was a dwarf before, and I quite liked it. But if I should die, because let's be honest, this quest that we're on seems to have no end. We don't know where we're going. We don't know why. We're just trying to survive. But if I fall, I don't want you to risk the living for me if I'm dead. If you can help me, yes, but not at the cost of your own lives. I don't know what Eldith wanted. I want to bring her back if we can. But I don't want to see you all die doing it.
I think I've brought us some time.
That's all we can ask for right now. Time.
Let's not risk the others. Or ourselves.
Similarly, since the option was brought up for me, I quite enjoy living. I do enjoy the pursuit of knowledge and my constant learning. But in a similar vein to Darendil, I don't want people put at risk for my benefit. If I live, I can carry on learning. And if I'm no longer living, then I'm at peace with my goddess.
I do feel to a certain extent that this has been a moment of learning for us all, and once we are settled in probably never Light Grove, but maybe Gracklestug, we can update each of your death records to make sure we do have everyone's preferences now clearly stated, because there do seem to be some changes taking place. This is good to note.
Emeth, head for the tunnels. Sadi, find out who did that to the kobolds. And she'll shoot off an eldritch blast just into the air and head below deck.
Emeth's looking a bit confused and sort of looks at Drodin and then looks at Tink as she heads off.
The tunnels!
Yes, Captain. Sorry. Sorry. Yes. Tunnels! And you see all the goblins sort of start rushing into action again, and the ship's starting to turn away, and then you see it come back around, and you start heading to the northwest again. And as you... Sorry, go.
Okay, sorry, Matt, I thought you'd finished.
No, I have if you've got something you want to say.
I was just going to go start looking over the body of the kobold, trying to investigate, seeing what I can about more of them, because that's what I've just been told to do.
Okay. You look at this kobold, it's red scaled with a sort of lighter red underbelly. He looked quite, well, he or she, it's hard to tell, looked quite ill when dragged on board, but now there's hardly wounded at all. Seems to be unconscious or sleeping, but there's no blood, there's no wheezing to their breath. You see that they've got paper packages and cages and pots and bottles and all sorts of things on them, and around the neck you can see this sort of chunky golden circular thing on a chain. It's quite thick, and it's got a sort of leering kobold face engraved in the top.
I shall cast a level 2 cure wounds on the kobold.
Okay, as you cast the spell, the last of its wounds seem to vanish, and its eyes flick open. You see these little yellow eyes with black slits. Oh shit. And it sits bolt upright and grabs one of the little boxes on its belt. Seems to be ready to pull it open as he's looking around. Like,
Draconic, I'll say, calm yourself. You're safe.
you can see it looking at the crew, sees goblins, sees you. Don't know if Malice and Drodin are in sight.
I'm still above deck.
I'll be with
Okay.
Eldith.
Okay, it does spot Drodin and seems to be making ready to open this box.
You're in no danger. We're friends. We recovered you. We found. Well, I'm afraid to say, you're the only survivor.
Drow killed us. Drow killed us. Them. He points at Drodin.
I'm a nice drow.
No such thing.
We
Liar.
suspected it was, but
It's incredibly uncalled for.
believe me, he's a companion of mine, and he means you no harm.
I'll melt his face off.
Please don't. Please, we're here to help. Just tell me everything that happened.
Why?
As we fear we may be being pursued by the same drow, and wish to know more to hopefully protect us all.
Roll a persuasion check. I'll give you advantage because you're a kobold. What are you laughing at? Because it just nearly went to explain and then it was like, hang on a minute.
Well, it was like, why?
Okay. Well, it was like this, you see. We just delivered the click clack to the shore for the glowing man, and this big ship came up, shot us all, killed us all, said they were looking for. You see it look around and maybe looking for you. We said we didn't know, so they killed us all.
That's a
Well,
lot.
not all of you.
Why? Who survived?
You.
You did.
See it look down. Oh yeah.
You're living proof that the drow can't finish the job half the time.
Don't come any closer, I'll melt your face off.
I'm not coming any closer. I don't want you to feel any more comfortable than you already are.
I'll
Do
make
you have any other clan that we can get you to?
No. That was all of us.
I don't know what to say. I'm sorry for your loss.
What's his name, Serdy?
What's your name?
Crud. What's your name?
Well, my name's Serdy. Pleasure.
Drow. Why are you hanging
Hello.
around with Drow?
Choose to believe it or not, he is fairly friendly, and our
Really?
line needs a line. Well, you know, just don't make him cross.
If he gets
Just
cross,
sitting.
I'll melt his face off like I melted the other one's face off.
They're not all the same. Just try to relax. He's not going to hurt you. There is another on board who's not going to hurt you either. In fact, who helped save you. So please just stay calm. We're on our way to Neverlight Grove.
I know it. Yes. Marking it's nice.
If you'd like, you could disembark there and find your own way, or you could, I'm sure, if you have no one else, I mean, the captain's below, I'm sure she could use extra hands.
If you get me to land, I will give you my compass.
Well, I'm sure that can be managed. Can I see your compass?
Just sort of gestures at this massive chunky gold thing around his neck.
Flavor Flav.
It's especially huge on him. It looks ridiculous.
Goldie looking compass.
Yes, cobalt compass.
How does it work?
We used it to find the click clack, and then we delivered click clack, and then we're sailing back. And drow, bastards, I'm watching you.
That's quite all right. Do you mind if I ask what this click clack is?
The big click clacker. But this one, quiet, very, very quiet. Not like normal click clacker that makes screechy noises and horrible click clacks. This, like the quiet click clack. It's, you know.
I have a sudden theory, and can I describe to him a hook horror and go, is this a click clack?
Yes, click clack.
So you found a rather docile click clack.
No, this click clack not eat your face. This click clack very friendly.
Right.
Well, not friendly, but not
Not as hostile.
doesn't eat your face. No,
Yes.
Oh, like Drodin.
yet to be proven.
Do you where exactly did you pick this click clack?
It's a big shining hole.
Can you mark it on our map for us, if you would be so kind?
What's a map?
I will roughly sketch out on a sheet of paper the Darklake so that he doesn't try and run off with ours. So he's got one, and I will hand that over with like all the little islands and stuff donated, with like little arrows pointing to Sloobladoob and Gracklestug. I'm like, this is a map, and this is the Darklake, and we're here. Gracklestug is here.
Grackle. What?
The north place.
Dwergar city.
Smokestack.
Yes,
Big
that is an apt name.
smokestack. Yes.
Big smokestack.
Yes.
So you can keep this map to help you find your way around. But could you
Smokestack.
tell us?
Full of gits.
Yes, it is. It's terrible. But where is this big shiny?
He points at where Neverlight Grove is.
So this click clack. Did the click clack want to go there?
Don't know. Click clack not talk. We got paid to find click clack take back, but didn't take back because click clack didn't go back.
Where did it go?
Points at the map. You're not listening.
Who? I'm confused. I thought you were paid to take the click clack to the shiny, but
No, take click clack smokestack, but not take.
I think it might be Yasva. I think they were paid to retrieve the click clack that she was placed into, and Victor or his counterpart was paying them to retrieve her. Do you recognize the name Victor or Intricate Requiem or anything like those? Did you deal with people who looked very shiny?
Click clack shiny.
Click clack is shiny. Click clack is shiny. They might have been from the Requiem.
So looks like we're going in the right direction. Provided someone can help Eldith when we get there.
It's a shame that Rain has gone, because somebody's going to have to figure out how to use Victor's effects. to reverse this.
Maybe Quad can help. I mean, he seems to be able to work this compass thing he's talking about.
Crud have big brain. And very clever. Cleverest of all kobolds. More clever even than you. Maybe more clever than Drow.
He'll reach out into his little bag and pull out the kobold spellbook, as you so delightfully named it, and be like, "Then is this your book?"
No.
Then I think there might have been someone in your group who was smarter than you.
Too smart to need books. People that need books, not smart.
I don't think that's strictly true.
Me, no, without book. You need book. You thick.
You can barely speak common. You're telling me I'm thick?
I'll melt your face off.
I could. I'm not going to threaten a kobold.
Yes, let's keep this friendly.
Okay, you take me.
We'll
To land. You take me
Yes.
to land.
we're going that way. It may take us a little while, but we're trying to keep safe from the drow. But we'll get you to land.
Swear it. If you
swear.
lie, I'll make you stink for a year and a day.
Quite the threat.
Like the bog of eternal stench. That'll be you, that will.
Never. No. Not the bog of eternal stench.
They'll call you Surdy Bog Breath for the rest of your days.
Well,
Sounds like a fair deal to me, Surdy.
I think it's fair. I promise. I swear.
Okay, compass. And he takes the compass off his neck and just puts it in your hands.
Well, thank you.
Where food?
I'll take you. I'll take him down to the galley if I can find it.
Before you go, Sirdi, would you like me to identify that for you? See if it has any noteworthy properties? I will obviously return it to you once we know.
Thank you, Jordan.
And I shall sit in my literal deck chair and spend the time identifying. Because we still have that very fancy chair we took from the Kraken's corpse.
Okay.
Sitting on the deck.
You do, yeah. It's really out of place on the deck there, but yeah. Okay, you're going to identify the compass.
Yes.
Okay, I will put it in your inventory.
Ooh.
You can have a look. Sev, Tink, Malice, anything you want to do? No.
No, I'm gonna stay up in the crow's nest. Seb's quite likes the solitude, so to speak, and he's not on like full alert, but he's still just kind of nonchalantly, passively, just keeping an eye out in general.
Okay.
Is Malice still with Eldith?
So on Malice's way down, she would have updated Stall as to the fact that we're going to Neverlight Grove, and then she'd just be spending some time with Eldith, just with the dead.
I will enter the morgue.
Quick, close the hatch. We don't want to let too much heat in.
I'll do that. What does the soul do when it's dead?
Doubt it does much of anything. It's dead.
But if we mean to bring her back, don't some people say they move on? Even if the body doesn't? Are we gonna have to wrench her back? Is she just waiting in limbo? I know she has time, but what's happening in this time?
Well, it is. That's it. We can maybe reignite her, and hopefully everything that is her, including whatever it is that you think a soul is. Nothing more than a spark.
I have no idea what a soul is. It's just something people talk about. And apparently I don't have one.
Spirit.
I'm surprised you want to bring her back. You prefer dead things.
I know dead things. Other than that, I've only known Drow so far, and Eldif different.
Thank you for trying.
Weeks when leaving Duke, we were not prepared. We'll not find ourselves in that situation again.
Lesson learned. Tell me what you need, we'll get it when we can.
Parents.
Carry on, and she'll do a little salute and head back up.
Just as Tink gets to the hatch, because I imagine that the hatch is in the ceiling, Captain Tink.
I reseal it. Don't want to let the heat out. Or cold heat in.
People.
I didn't hear that. Say that again, sorry.
I don't know much about people, or about your type, or even what you've been through. But you have as much soul as anyone else on this ship. Make of that what you will.
Thank you, I think. I think I have a soul.
And therefore you have one.
Victor said, very different.
It is belief. Each religion has a different way of viewing this. Said, soul can just be a spark. You walk, you talk, you think, you feel. Tell me, what is actually missing? I don't know what my soul is. I'm not sure the Drow have them. Am I any less for it?
Until today, I would have said, perhaps not, you were quite cold.
She is 3 dead bodies. I think I still am.
Madeline warming up, do you? Look after her.
After
Can I go now?
there's probably a seal on that though.
You're cutting out, sorry.
We need to get a seal on it.
And
Can't hear it. Oh.
it's right there.
Okay. Sev, up in the crow's nest, you're heading back towards the tunnels, and you can see this ice sheet again. And this time
Okay.
you can see a series of little red lights planted out across the edge of it. And
Of
indeed,
the ice shelf.
yeah, almost like warning lights just placed on there.
Okay.
And as you coordinate with Hemeth, you're shouting what you can see down, and it gets passed back to Hemeth. He sort of relays the message back. Do we go round? Is there a way round? And as hard as you look, it almost just looks like this ice sheet just goes off in both directions up ahead of you, so west to east, and off towards, you would guess. I mean, it's only probably 2 or 3 miles that you can see the extent of your vision, but and then you can make out what looks like a building, a small hut. And snow, it starts to snow. You can see it falling all around you, falling from the sky. It starts to settle on the deck and settle on the mast.
I don't see a way around Hemeth. I do see a small building there. In the absence of any better information, perhaps we can stop, see if anyone's around, and try and get the lay of the land. Speak to the captain, of course, captains, but I don't see any other option right now.
This is very weird. We don't have ice down here. It's magic. It's definitely magic. As you come back out of the hold, Tink, you will see Hemeth. He'll wave, and he'll wave to Drodin as well. Captains, there is an ice sheet ahead. We can't see a way around.
What the fuck? Is it snowing?
Is that what that is?
It's-
Yes.
It is quite a delightful change of scenery, but very abnormal.
We do not get snow down here unless it is the result of great magics.
No, we don't.
So, sorry, there's 2 sheets of ice, and we can only really go through them, and at the end of the sheets of the ice is this...
It's one sheet of ice that stretches out in front of you across the horizon.
Oh.
So there is a number of small red lights, which now that Sev has pointed them out, you can just about make them out in the dark. And Sev assures you that there seems to be a building not far from the edge of it, but you can't see that.
Do you know whereabouts we are on the map? So,
We don't have a map.
I was asking you specifically.
You're probably about here.
Don't think this... Drodin, do you know any magic that could do something like this? Do I?
I absolutely don't.
Do you? Give me a...
Say Arcana, say Arcana, say
Yeah,
Arcana.
well,
Yeah.
either
Right.
Arcana or religion, I think. Drodin.
I will be
Okay.
as smart as Drodin one day.
One day. This is strange. You definitely know there are magics that can change the weather. I don't think either of you know them, but you know of it. Tink, you know inherently that there is the ability that the weave of magic can be used to change all sorts of things, including the weather, including the temperature. Drodin, I think even Tink, with that roll, just the sheer size of the ice sheet in front of you makes you think that this is very odd indeed, and not an ordinary spell, not a mere spell. And Drodin, you suspect that this is not a spell at all. It's a magic-like effect, but it's just too huge to be a spell, unless it was a lot of magic users working together.
I think it more likely it's either like a conclave of casters that are generating this effect, or I don't know, perhaps there's some nefarious monster lurking that's causing such a severe drop in the temperature, but I don't know of anything that could do it.
Is it possible? I mean, I'm not from this material plane. Is it possible that it could be similar to how I've been able to move between planes? Is there's a gate or a portal open to another plane somewhere that's allowing this weather or temperature to bleed out?
It's entirely possible, I suppose. We have one potential way of finding out if Sodi would come here to collect his compass.
Tink will drift to the front of the ship, like in the direction they're heading. I know this place. I don't remember this place. I know it.
Then we should definitely explore.
It'd be dangerous. This hut, how big is the ice sheet, and where is the hut placed on it?
The ice sheet is, I mean, as far as you can see from the lake, is about 2 or 3 miles. So the ice sheet is at least 2 or 3 miles wide. How far back it goes, and it would go back away from you towards where you're trying to get to Neverlight Grove. So it is almost like this ice sheet is blocking the path. But you can't be sure whether there's ways around the edges or indeed a way through it. The hut is probably, it's a single floor, relatively small. There is no smoke from the chimney. There is nothing. You see a number of boats that seem to be moored by it, but they're frozen in the ice.
And I assume there's nothing else on the ice sheet which could be used to help make our approach stealthy if we were to head over.
There are a number of floating chunks of ice, icebergs. There, indeed, you can see a number of ships which seem to have half sunk or indeed fully sunk, that you could try and obscure yourself.
Is Waterwalk still on?
How long does it last? It's 8 hours, isn't it? Or is it an hour?
8 hours.
Yeah, so it is still on, yeah. So you could put the ship down a little way away and walk across.
I will put that idea to the rest of them. With potentially Sevatar and Tink scouting ahead because we're quieter.
I'm okay with that.
It could be possible that perhaps even somewhat time-saving if we continue across the ice and head towards Neverlight Grove on foot, once we're done there. and Hemeth simply tries to find a way around the sheet ice, find a place to moor.
I'm not keen on leaving Hemeth potentially to the mercy of the drow if they find.
One way or another, he'll be on his own if they find him.
I mean, if we completely left the ship and just kept going on foot. If we just leave more here for a moment, take a look.
Very well.
Like to approach the hut or the building stealthily.
So you're gonna moor the ship, or what? What's the plan?
Don't really know how that
Yeah,
works.
we'll
You can drive a ship.
yeah, put weigh anchor for a bit. Not weigh anchor, put down anchor. I don't know how to.
How far away do you want to? How far away do you want to be for that? Just give me a rough idea.
Is visibility reduced with the weather?
It is a little reduced. It is snowing now, which is weird for any of you that are from the Underdark. You would have been unlikely to have ever experienced snow ever, or huge chunks of ice like this, unless you've been to the surface. This is weird and new.
I don't want them to go far. 120 feet, 200 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. And are you trying to obscure the ship behind some ice, or?
It's probably a good idea, yeah.
Okay.
If any of that terrain exists, then yeah.
Okay. Does someone want to roll me a nature check? It's up to you, whoever it is. And someone do an intelligence check. That's one to get the lay of the terrain and try and find somewhere safe to anchor the ship. That's not going to get it damaged, but is also going to obscure it. And then intelligence to help guide it into that spot.
Oh no, I'm going to use my inspiration.
Okay, good
Nice.
idea.
That's
Okay,
better.
That is better. Yeah.
I was very scared it was about to be a 1.
And who's doing the nature check?
Serdi, how's your nature?
My intelligence isn't that good. Just seeing if I get a bonus.
So Drodin stands at the front of the ship, and you're assessing the sea ahead, the lake ahead, looking for a route, trying to make sure you don't get snagged on some of the shipwrecks that are clearly around this area, and also trying to gauge some of the icebergs. There's no other word for them. Some of them are huge, some of them are quite small, but... And you know, roll nature.
Just as we're sort of cruising in to position.
Yes.
These are the wrecks. Do they look like they've all been wrecked by icebergs, or is there any other obvious signs of damage, like flame or scorching marks where there shouldn't be? Or
give me an investigation check. Yeah. Yeah, with that roll nature check, you ascertain, you realise, Serdi, quite quickly, despite never having probably seen icebergs before, that they are a lot bigger underneath than they are on top. And with that, you gauge just the right place to get them in. And with Drodin sort of guiding the ship and helping discern how to set the sails, he manages to glide it in very, very carefully. It feels like you're quite far away from the iceberg, but actually, knowing what is underneath the water, it's the perfect position. You drop anchor, and you believe you can no longer see the hut. You're obscured from view. Investigation wise, some of these ships look split, like they have hit something. Maybe they hit the ice sheet. You can't see any evidence of any other kind of damage. So you think probably they've either hit the ice sheet or hit one of the icebergs.
Who's coming on the scouting party? Think.
I'm with you too. I can maybe help keep us hidden. Good at sneaking around.
Okay, who's going?
Seb.
Serdi, Sev.
Serdi.
Yeah.
Serdi's got some healing, hasn't he?
I would do if I had more than one spell slot and I'm just about to cast Pass Without a Trace.
Healing purposes, but I'm staying at the back and I'm staying quiet.
Okay. Are you going, Drodian?
Tim's away for a moment.
Okay. I'll put him on just in case. Okay, Rio, roll me a stealth check if you're moving slowly. So it is difficult terrain because it is icy. It's not quite as bad as it probably would be if it wasn't snowing, but it is quite slippy. So you move quietly and carefully. That's a good stealth rolls, everyone. Especially Serdi 33.
Yeah, well, mine was. I didn't add a 10 to me rolls. Mine was 33 as well.
Wow. So how are you proceeding? What's your marching order? How are you? A 7 Serdi, going ahead, or are you all going together? What's the plan?
I'm 15 feet above Sev.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll go first unless you've got something that you
No.
want to
Sure.
use, Serdi.
Otherwise
And
we'll follow
perhaps
you.
if we go single file, well, there's only 2 of us, but we maintain our track so that we don't sort of reveal numbers or anything in the cracks of the snow.
Okay. You begin to move forward. Ambrose is like slipping over, spinning round, like his feet are going out from under him. He's making a lot of scratching and slipping and noises, and yeah. But luckily, you're all very quiet, and you manage to sort of stabilize him and prevent that. As you move forward, you see this hut, and indeed, you realise now that the hut is on stilts, and probably was on stilts in the water before it all froze. There is a chimney, but no smoke comes out of it. You see a number of little pontoons with boats which are frozen in the ice as if they haven't moved in some time. And a tiny lantern and a number of red lights are hanging outside the hut, as well as a huge frost-covered toad which just sits in the ice outside.
Any of us that are there seen anything like this before?
I don't think so. You are moving very quietly, very stealthily. This creature, whatever it is, doesn't seem to have noticed you.
So it's not frozen solid then?
No, in fact, you see its little throat sort of pulsing.
Be quiet.
Do we hail? Or should we try and get closer to the hut, see if there's any more inside?
Matt, when you say it seems familiar, is it a nice familiar?
It's
Do I not have that?
It feels. It's hard to explain. It feels familiar, but not in a "this was my life" kind of way. It's more like I've experienced something like this before. Not here, but somewhere. It's the energy of the place is familiar. In fact, the energy of that thing looks familiar. The toad, you've seen that before.
I can talk to it if you want to sneak around the back. Check out the house.
You can talk to the toad.
Well, if it can speak common, I mean, I can distract it.
We do have the stone that can. 1 second. Is that plants? Does it do animals? Let me just check. Yeah, we can speak with animals. Is it an animal or would it be like a beast?
Is it more humanoid toad?
Yeah.
It doesn't look humanoid. It is not a natural animal, so you would not discern it a beast.
Any other? Sorry.
Yeah.
Any other windows in the hut? So if we snuck round, we'll be able to look through a window or a portal, or.
Yeah, as you look, Sev, you see a sign up actually at the front of the hut, which with your keen eyes you can see. I will share it with you.
Does everyone else see that?
No, just you.
Okay. It says, if you are here to trade, prepare to treat. If you are here to harm, prepare to die. I mean, it's pretty clear terms. But I think we should be prepared to have to give something away if we make contact.
You see 2 windows. It's a round hut. Although the roof is square, it is a round hut with no corners, and you see 2 windows either side of a door.
Let's not invite potential aggravation then. I think we all approach it, but we don't bundle together in case turn.
Okay.
I will hover down to eye height in front of him, just outside of this aura.
Yeah, as you get close, you feel this freezing cold aura. Absolutely, like bitterly cold. It's almost like you can feel it in the air. You get up just about 11, 12 feet away, and you feel if you go any closer, it's going to hurt.
In common first, I will try. Hello, friend.
It just goes. Rrr.
Should we
Do you have
try?
any food? What do frogs eat?
Flies. Insects.
I don't have anything.
I would prefer not to feed Evie to a giant frog.
When you kept one of those creatures we just slayed.
Do we try speak with animals?
If you have the resources available to do it.
You see it sort of turn towards the house and kind of go "Rrr," again.
Well, maybe we should answer. Maybe there's
And then it
inside. There's somebody inside.
turns back to you.
Point to us and then the house. We go inside.
I'm going to not
Maybe it's
point.
referring to the sign.
Hello?
Hello?
You hear the door unlock. Click, click.
Hello?
You open the
Charming.
door, and what you see inside is quite a quaint stone cabin, wooden foundation and boards on stilts. You see a young grey-skinned woman, a dwarf, long dark hair, grey skin of a dwergar, and then these weird golden freckles on her face. She's wearing what looks like leather armor that has been sort of folded and cured and stretched and shaped, so it almost appears like plate mail, but you can see quite easily that it is leather. And she gives you a smile, and as you look at her, you see she's sat in a chair at a table. The table is made completely of ice, and around her are a number of these weird little frost-covered creatures, very odd-looking, almost kind of spiky heads and horns sticking out, little frosty wings. They are, well, you've never seen anything like them before, but they are busying around. They're like wiping shelves. Some of them are chopping food. Hello, dear. Done the wrong accent.
Yeah, I thought she sounded like you aged 40 years.
This is Doubtfire?
Yeah, I know. Oi, what can I do for you? Come in. Sit right there, please. Have you come to make a deal? I offer you my hospitality, such as it is.
What kind of deal are we talking about?
I don't know. You've came in here. You opened the door. You knocked. You want a treat, so what do you want?
Well, we were just investigating this rather strange formation.
That's not so strange when you understand why it's here.
How rude of us. What's your name? I'm Tink.
Tink. Oh, you seem familiar. Have we met?
You know, if we have, I can't quite put my finger on when or where.
Oh, and who did that to you? That's not nice, is it?
You don't remember either.
Oh, no, you just seem familiar. But you are one of us, right?
I think so.
Aye. Or a little bit of one, maybe. I'm Isabon.
Isabon.
Hmm.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise.
Yes, we were quite intrigued how there could be an ice float in the middle of the under.
Aye, well, where I go is cold, so... I'm quite intrigued to find out why there is someone from the Shadowfell here, and 2 drow, and a kobold, and you. That's stranger.
Not true.
Are you looking for something? Do you want to go by, or?
We would like to go and buy.
Oh, you'd like me to part the ice and let you through? On a ship, are you?
We are.
I mean, I have a job to do here, and I have to do that, and the ice is part of that. So...
What duties are you fulfilling here, if you don't mind my asking?
I'm sure you've noticed. My people are closing the way. There just so happens to be a way here. I think
Way
that...
to where?
Well, this place is fallen to the abyss, right? I'm sure you've noticed demons everywhere. And we can't let them get by, can we? So I'm here to make sure that the way stays shut.
Noble work.
Aye. But if you have noble work, I can let you through. If you make a deal.
The way home.
Oh,
Oh,
do we know that you're not one of the same creatures from the abyss or something?
she knows. And she gestures to Tink. I'm not from the abyss. I'm from the Feywild. Well, the Fey Dark is probably more accurate.
Oh, that's different.
Not really.
What do I know of the Fey Dark? No, I don't say that out loud, sorry. What do I know of the Fey Dark?
Well, the Feywild is... So if you think of the Feywild as a reflection of the material realm, and the Shadowfell is also a reflection of the material realm, the Fey Dark being more vibrant and more colourful, or the Feywild, and the Shadowfell being a sort of dark, more depressing reflection of the material world. The Fey Dark is simply the Underdark, but in the Feywild. So it is subterranean Feywild, effectively. Think of it like the Upside Down in Stranger Things.
That means nothing to me.
So not a way home.
Oi,
Almost.
to your home. Aye, yes. We can take you home. You can take them with you if you wish. For a price, of course. I can't just let you go for nothing. Or I can melt the ice and let you ship through and... But I'll freeze the way behind you. Because I have to keep the portal shut.
What sort of thing do you wish to trade?
Well, you know how it works. There has to be everything is reciprocal. I give you something, you give me something. Of equal value. And I've offered you
Yes,
my
were you
hospitality.
interested in coin?
No,
Coin
not.
or... No,
I don't, no.
Magic? Magic items.
Magic. Favors.
Favors.
How about an arm?
Oh, if you wish.
I already have a deformed arm.
Oh, you want to fix it? I can probably fix that for you.
Oh, I was meaning more. You could just take it.
What would I want with a dodgy arm?
Oh, right. I don't know. I don't know what Feywild creatures get up to, or Feydark creatures.
I think if you're going to fob me off with a defective item, I'll give you a defective item in return.
I wouldn't think of it as defective. I would think of it more as unique.
Would you like a drink?
Would I like a drink?
Something to eat. I'll get
No.
one.
Thank you.
Very well. I can get my little icicles to knock you something up.
I don't know what we're dealing with. I don't understand what's happening.
If we're negotiating, I think it's fair. We should, yeah, in the interests of hospitality, most welcome a drink.
Then
To
what
warm-
will
something to
we
warm
give
you
in return for the hospitality, Sevatar?
It was offered. Nothing was asked in return.
Oh, there's always a cost. Everything is transactional in the Fey world. Everything. Hospitality, though, that's free. But hospitality, that's protection, nothing more.
Exactly. So, I would take you up on your very kind offer of a drink, and I think we can begin to talk in earnest as honest traders.
You
What
see,
will you?
she gestures to one of the little weird icicle creatures. You see them. One of them starts like opening bottles and pouring things in, multiple different things. And eventually it kind of runs over. It hands it to her. She sort of blows on the top and hands it to you. Chin chin.
Nothing for you. Nothing for yourself.
Oh, I know. I'm not thirsty. Thanks, though. So, what do you want? What is it you want? Tell me.
Many things we want, but depend on what we can afford is the real question.
Aye. Well, whatever you need, I can do it.
I'm sure you can. It's
Insight
what we
check.
have that's of interest to you that we can give you. We are limited. We are in a pinch, shall we say, and resource is not our most abundant commodity.
Oh, I'm not interested in your resource. With the 21
Favours.
insight, she is very keen to make a deal. You can definitely sense she's very keen
that
to
much
make
is
a
obvious.
deal. You kind of get the feeling that you may not ever really know what the cost is.
We have some scrolls, some potions. I think I have a wand.
Oh, those.
Better than favours.
Oh, that's nice, but what about something with more value? Something important.
How about something intended for a goddess
Aye, now you're talking.
that hasn't quite made it there?
Aye.
I happen to
What's that then?
be in
Tell-
possession of very specific memories, bore witness to a number of events while we've been here
Aye, so you
that are
trade.
most prized by my patron.
Aye. I mean, memories, yeah. Yours. Is that what you're saying? You'll give me your memories. And what do you want?
I would have to be selective on which memories, of course.
Oh, it
Don't
doesn't
let you
work.
take everything willy-nilly.
Oh, you have to be specific, but aye. Tell me, what do you want?
Well, we already know passage is obvious. I think for somebody of your power, it's a trifle. Not really a fair trade, I would say, for depriving a goddess of her prize. I would ask, in addition to passage through the ice, that we exchange memories for memories.
You want my memories?
Oh, hers.
Hers. And she sort of leans over the table, and as she does, you see these golden freckles just flicker in the candlelight. Oh, she is broken, isn't she? May I?
Shattered, you could say.
Oh, she is shattered. And she reaches up to touch your face, but stops just shy. May I?
Take a small sip of the drink that was offered. Go ahead.
She wants something back. You're just a piece. Tink, is it?
What? Yeah, sorry, yes.
May I? And she reaches up a hand towards your face.
What are you doing before you do that?
I just want to see.
Inside my head.
Aye.
You seem... It's something you want. What will you offer me in return?
No. Your friend's offering to, get you help. He wants you restored. The shattered fae. I just want to see how much you actually have left.
I'll look at Sev. I thought you were talking about your god.
I don't think so.
That's what I give up. That's what I trade.
I don't mean to seem impolite. But Sev, these deals are never the way they seem.
No. I know. I think the stakes are particularly high. And I think in this instance, it's a gamble I'm prepared to take.
The passage.
No. Passage is the obvious aspect. This is in addition to the passage.
You need to outline the clauses of the contract in every detail.
Oh, it doesn't work like that. I can't restore all of you, but I can probably grab a piece through the gate. If you let me see, I can tell you how many pieces there are. And that's for free. If it helps the deal.
Well, you have said it is for free, so now you may.
Oh, he's had a drink, it's free. She touches the side of your face and you just feel your porcelain thing just open up, and everyone else will see the exposed musculature below. It's quite a terrifying visage, even though you're tiny, 18 inches tall. You're terrifying, but she just looks at you like you're the most wonderful thing she's ever seen. Oh, you're just a spark. That's what she said, isn't it? Just a spark. But there's more of you out there. I'd say maybe you're just a sixth or a seventh of what you should be. Just a piece of a soul, not a whole one. I think you've got royalty in you, but that might just be because you're broken. I'm misreading you. I'm probably misreading you.
Thank you for your insight.
She touches your face again and just closes up. So what would you pay for one piece back? Just a single day of your life, that's all I ask. A day. One day.
It's funny. You seem familiar. I don't know you, yet I know the answer has to be no.
Shame. Your friend's offered his memories.
Can I specify the day?
Aye. Well, one day a year. Aye, you can specify if it's one day a year.
One day in my lifetime.
Then you can't specify.
And what do you do with that day?
It's just a day.
No, Sev.
How about items? Magic. Would that tempt you?
Let's see.
I've got a crown here somewhere. Psionics, I think they said. Open the power of your mind. Aye. Oh, you're interested in that kind of thing, I see, Master Drow. Aye. Where is it? Where is it? It's here somewhere. And she takes out this weird metal piece of jewellery with a single stone in the centre. Little spikes coming off it. I think this is it. Mind flayers. Deal with mind flayers. I got this. You'd love it.
Don't be a fool, Drodin.
I have spent a lot of time studying psionics.
Oh, well, this is a shortcut.
I drain the drink, slam the glass down on the table, rise from my chair and extend a hand out, ready to shake it.
So, we're making a deal for what? Memories.
One day, memories.
One
Choice.
day. I'd like the day. I think I'd like the day. And you, what for passage? One day for passage.
And the fragment.
We need
And
the
the crown.
passage.
And a fragment. That's a lot to ask for one day. One day a year. I'll give you that.
It's too many. You know how old I am.
Aye. That's why it's a good deal.
For you.
How many have you got left? Seems very perilous. It might not. You might not make it out. I think with demon lords roaming about southwestern, then I think you might find I might not get many days out here. That'd be a shame. I'm taking a risk, you see.
It would be a shame. Bear in mind that what we achieve here on this plane while you sequester yourself away on yours. If we fail and this plane falls, where's next? They come knocking on your door. It's just a matter of time. You want us to succeed. Help us.
I want to help you, but you've got to help me. She knows this one. I can't just give it away. Has to be a transaction. I can't avoid it. I don't want to see your plane fall any more than mine, or this one.
Do you mean that?
Oh, well, our place is a reflection of this place, and if this place turns dark, what becomes of ours?
I'll give you 2 days.
2 days. Okay.
The
No,
second day is of my choosing.
Okay. First day, mine. Second day, yours. But you name it now.
If we agree it's a deal.
Passage and a memory for her.
Sevatar, I don't need the memory.
And the crown.
Oh, I think for the crown, he needs to offer me something himself.
Well, I'll leave that for you two to discuss. Do we have a deal?
I don't need the memory.
Do you need to discuss this? I can take a walk. And our drow friend is very quiet. What do you want, lady? I see a sadness in you. You lost someone, didn't you? Lost someone? Oh, more than one. I see death around you like jewellery.
Luckily, I wear it well.
Oh, you do? Diamonds. Diamonds! That's what you want. I can see it on your face. That's why I saw the jewellery.
It's too late for that. I apologise, but I have no want or need to make a deal with you. I mean no disrespect, right? It's just not my way.
Okay, but diamonds, and she points to a table behind her, and you can see a little stack of diamonds. I reckon there's 500 gold's worth there.
Sure there is, and I hope they serve you well.
Aye. Okay, Sev. 2 days. I choose one, you choose one, and passage, and a memory for her. And we
Why are you doing this for me?
We have a deal.
Perhaps I'm not doing it for you, Tink. Perhaps I'm doing it for me.
What does it mean to you?
Does that make you feel better?
It won't just be a day or 2 days. There'll be more.
I'm just a tool, a cog in a grander design. If I'm cheated, so be it.
I don't
This
understand.
is a means to an end.
Do what you need to do, but I do not.
Take no ownership of this decision, no guilt. This is on me. I accept it. It's a deal.
She holds out a hand.
Shake.
Okay. The passage is yours. And a memory for this one. Let me see what I can do. And she stands from her chair. Slides a rug out the way, and you see a hatch in the floor. And we will leave it there. Because it's
you little
nearly
shitbag.
10:15.
You
What
are
are you
fucked
doing,
up.
Steve?
You are fucked up.
Steve, what are you doing?
Sorry for my wandering
I
accent.
don't know. I have no idea what I'm doing.
He's pressing
Steve
the
told
Right, you
you
know,
button.
right?
what he was doing.
It's me thinking there's a backstory I don't know about. Nah.
There might be.
Just being a chaos being.
Hopefully that wasn't
But
too
Matt-
mean, having diamonds.
I was starting to find your Irish accent unnervingly good, actually, Matt.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
really?
quite
was
impressed
trying-
by it.
When it wasn't wandering into Southwest.
The problem I have with strong accents is that I have to resist the urge to wander into the same accent myself.
Yeah. If I ever go on holiday and meet someone from another place, I'll end up talking like them after a week.
That's a
There
great
we
game.
go.
Mate.
No, well done all.
Matt.
Sorry
Cheers.
if it felt like I realised after as it was happening that it kind of felt like lots of impossible decisions. So apologies if it was a bit overwhelming. I didn't really perceive that in my mind that you'd be like, oh, we want to go back, but we don't, but we do, but we don't. So sorry, well done for figuring it out. I was trying to be careful not to make you feel like you had to go one way or the other because you didn't. Yeah, it's a tough one. It's probably a little bit tighter than I realised. Yeah.
I
Single
want that
day.
crown.
Yeah, well, you'll have a chance
You need to make a deal.
You need to make a
Yeah.
deal.
I need to figure out what will be worth that crown.
It's not a stumpy arm. We figured that out.
Yeah, sadly.
Nothing is worth it. What are you doing?
I like her. She's nice. I like this character.
This is your people, Tink.
It is. It's your people.
This is
And I
This is
innately
your
know
people.
not to trust her.
There we go.
I told you, I smell fey people.
Oh, Sergi, I'm going to give you back your compass.
Oh, thank you. I'm excited to see what it does. Yeah, I'm very excited.
I will tell you what it does right now.
Yeah, go
Ooh, let's
ahead.
hear it.
Let's tell it. Go for it.
So it is a strange compass that has a leering face with multiple needles. One points north, another point seems to spin continuously. 3 needles, one with a horned face, another with a butterfly, and another that points north. Once a day, you can place the compass next to an individual, and it will identify if they are a fae, a fiend, or neither. Once a day, you can also use it to locate portals, teleportation circles, or gateways to other realms, such as the Abyss, the Feywild, and the Shadowfell, provided they're within 5 miles.
Wow.
Once per week, you can use it to locate an individual you know who is within 30 miles. It'll give you a momentary indication of the exact direction and a brief mental image of their location. It'll only give vague details. It isn't a full scrying cast. And you can also opt to destroy the item. If you choose to destroy it, you can close any gateways within 100 feet for a year and a day. Alternatively, you can destroy it to open a gateway to a realm of your choice for a few minutes. But that could cause unforeseen circumstances and consequences.
That's so good.
Really powerful.
That's really, really powerful.
Can I use it to melt your face off?
Little tiny kobold just walking around with around his neck.
I would like to borrow your device for a week. Now that I know it can do that, it might help us to locate Yasva a little easier.
Look, the drow.
The drow are always going to be on our arms. We're not going to learn anything by...
We'll learn where they are and therefore avoid them.
Oh, but if it's only a vague indication, we'll go, oh, they are vaguely at sea.
We know where Yasva is.
She's vaguely.
She's
No.
vaguely in Neverlight Grove.
Neverlight Grove could be a big place.
Exactly.
With everyone talking to each other, all you have to do is say, "Where's the click clack?" and someone will know.
Yeah, just ask the sovereign and we're good.
See, I love the fact again, it's an item and you're like, oh, that's brilliant, but you all want to use it differently.
I was just thinking the succubus detector. That's what it is.
There you go.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to find someone different.
That and the fact that we can close a portal for you. Just, I'm thinking, Serdi's thinking, I can banish lots of things all at once. And
For a
find
year.
them. Yeah.
Cool.
So there we go. I shall close it down. Tough decisions I think you had today.
Yeah.
That was really tough. Really tough. Because you wanted to go back and get Eldith help. You didn't have enough diamonds. But if you went back, you risked the drow. Yeah, it was a surreal. Yeah, impossible.
We did deliberate it, didn't we?
Yeah, you were backwards and forwards. That's why I was wanting to be really clear. It's like there's no wrong answer here. So I hope I wasn't giving the impression that there was, because there wasn't. But yeah, sorry, I've put lots of dilemmas that are probably quite hard to agree with you all. You've all got different priorities. So you weren't even tempted, Veronica. Not even tempted for a little piece of your memory.
It's the situation. She's just lost someone that she likes for the first time. Sevatar could lose a lot more.
That's true.
I enjoyed the reaction too of trying to talk to Tink a little bit about saying, we have to, if we at least go towards Neverlight Grove, it doesn't, and we find a way to help Eldith there, we're not setting a precedent for the rest of the crew, that we will constantly go back and forth and never accomplish anything because we'll be too busy bringing people back to life.
It's a really hard...
It's
a dilemma.
Oh, well, when you die, we'll just leave you dead then, shall we? And he was like, That's fine.
I do feel bad about that. She do understand. She has the emotional intelligence.
She's emotional.
She's only like a few months old, isn't she? Effectively.
2, yeah, she's
Yeah,
2.
she's 2 because she's missing
Nice.
loads. She doesn't know who she is. But
Trying to play emotional dysregulation whilst
you're doing it
also making
brilliantly.
your decisions for you.
Well, thanks to Sev, you may well get a piece of your memory back, which
What
we
is your
will.
game, Sev?
He's mysterious, isn't he?
I'm an edgelord. You don't need to know.
Oh, you're the snitch of this campaign.
Edgelord Prime. Oh, I think I'm still the snitch of this campaign.
You're always
The amount
the
of time,
snitch.
so yeah. I'm irreplaceable.
You are. You all are. You all are. I think you all did really well. And it probably didn't feel quite so flowing as the last one, but I think that was just because it was. Yeah, I need to create some decisions that aren't impossible because there's no. Do you want some more obvious ones in future that are just like, no, that's just railroading, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, a tough decision is with real consequence. That's where it's at, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what? I didn't even see that coming. It didn't even cross my mind of what a moral dilemma that was for you all, because it's like we haven't got the things to bring her back, but we're risking the ship and everyone to go back. But like, think it was like we liked her. She was one of us. We need to help her. But yeah, you've got your little collection of bodies building up in the hold now.
Oh, another
Malice
one. Put it on ice.
Malice is going to have to be cast in. I need to start tracking the days on your. In fact, I'll figure that out because I think. Yeah, I think the 2 that you gentle reposed have probably got about 4 days left. So you've got 4 days on those 2, and then you've got 10 days on
And then I refresh it.
Eldeath. Yeah, because you've
It's
got to
like
use a
like a
spell slot
sell-by
in a
date.
day. The more of them it's a real dilemma. I didn't see it coming. You probably did because you're playing it, but yeah, the more bodies that you've got, the more spell slots you're gonna have to use to maintain them.
So
And
what
Just let them go.
No, what I will be doing is I won't do them all on the same day. So the other 2, I'll probably do one the next day from the day we're on now, then one of the other ones
To
I'll
stagger
do the day
them.
after, and try and so I'm not using all of my spell slots in.
Yeah, in a
Thought you could
short
ritual-
time.
I thought you could ritual cast it.
Oh, it's worth checking because if you can.
Oh yeah, I think that's why we maybe. Oh, we'll figure it out.
That's vaguely
I know we're
why
good.
I
I know-
remember that being the case before.
Yeah, I know we're good. I know I had a way of doing it. I'd need to find my notebook.
Yeah, it'll be in your features, I think. Yeah, it's really tough. I mean, Tom said to me the other day, it's like he's played some of this before, and obviously Eldith didn't die in his game, so he was like, he knows some stuff, so he was finding it. Weren't you?
It was quite hard for me actually that episode. I'm like, what? No, because there was crossover emotions happening for me there.
It was for me, to be honest. I was like, oh god, I've killed Eldith. I didn't mean to do that.
I love how an identical written campaign can have, uncountable outcomes, really.
Oh, this is
Even though it's sort of scripted, depending on the people you've got playing and the classes they play, and
This
there are
is so
things
different.
that I know out of character about the locations that we're talking about, but this game is entirely different to the other one. I mean, everything has happened in such a different way that it's not at all the same game. And I've done things already on this that I didn't even know could do in the other game. So it's so different. It's amazing how different it can be.
That's down to you all, though. I think that's down to the way you're all playing it. I mean, the biggest difference was you took a ship. Tom will attest. The other group did not take a ship, so they were doing everything on foot, and it changed. It took like 30 days to get from Gracklestugh from Slubladoop
Shit.
to Gracklestugh, and it took like, I think, over 2 weeks to get from Gracklestugh to Neverlight Grove. So if someone died, they died. There was no like, oh, we'll go back, because it would be a week back or 2 weeks back. So taking the ship was a genius move, to be honest, because you can travel so fast. If you hadn't have taken the ship, you wouldn't have even had the option of going back, I don't think, because it would have been too dangerous and too far. Don't get me wrong, the lake is dangerous, but it's dangerous for a shortest time.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it is fascinating how different it is. But yeah, well done all. We will return next week then, and we'll find out what Sev's getting in his deal.
Oh yeah.
So 2 days,
Fun times.
safe passage through the ice, and a memory for Tink. It's very mysterious. You're intrigued, right, Veronica? Why is he making deals for you? That's weird.
Mm.
Love it. No, well
Did I
done.
not tell you that I work for Wayland Yutani?
The corporate
He's
shill
the corporate guy.
I'm at 6.
I thought it was Feywild Yutani.
Wayland Yutani.
Oh, right. I will end the stream. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Come on, reluctant wave, Veronica.
No.
Not doing it.